Today, we are bringing you a custom tactic that is going to help you beat those drop back players by looking to hit a little bit more on the counter attack. And that tactic is going to be the 4-2-2, a formation which I haven't played all too much over the years because I've not been a massive fan of it. However, we do something pretty unique with one of our players, which makes this formation just tick so much easier for me when moving forward in the attack. Before we jump into the custom tactics though, I do want to just kind of highlight what you sort of need in your setup to make this work. Your right attacking mid needs to be a player that you are comfortable receiving the ball into feet, being able to dribble, and then laying that ball off. Now, Ghoulie is the player that I use in that role because he's very good with dribbling. He's very good with his passing. He can just kind of do a little bit of everything, okay? So you need someone there who is capable of that. I would highly recommend, if you can, having one big striker that you can kind of play crosses into the box to. You can beat the press by dinking the ball into them in the middle of the park and just look to hit on the counter attack with them. Again, because of something that we do in our player instructions. So I use Xerxes in this role. I think Xerxes is so undervalued by the community. He is aerial plus. He has power shot plus. He is just an absolute demon for kind of that hold-up play, that big boy play as well. And then also something I've been touching on recently, which I think this play style is starting to come probably my favorite, is the tiki-taka plus play style. So I have Ugar and Skip who use that for me as my two holding kind of centre midfielders. What you can do, if it's possible for yourself, is have a centre mid that's high work rates. Ugar does that. And then one with medium high work rates. I've spoke about this in so many tactics videos recently. I think right now it's a perfect combo because if you find your centre mids don't really trap back, they don't help you out, you're constantly having to move them, just having that one on medium high will be like that Kante-esque sort of player, just there breaking up the counter attack every time you need them to be. So if you can do that, that would be great. And your fullbacks in defence kind of, it kind of goes as it is. So, the 4-2-2, this is how I have the formation set up. Werner and Xerxes are my two strikers. Ghoulie plays that right attacking mid role. Kandriva at left attacking mid, Skip and Ugar, and then obviously the defence as it is. And the tactics. We want to beat drop back. One of the ways that I find you can beat drop back is that, I say drop back, I don't mean drop back where someone actually has drop back instruction on, just numbers behind the ball, okay? We run 45 width and 70 depth because one of the best ways to win against that is to have that high line to basically try and catch them in the transition as when they're moving forward to hit them directly quickly on that counter attack. Old gen users, let's change this from 70 to 45. Old gen is a lot more open. I think running a high depth on old gen for most people isn't going to be preferred. So that's why I would run a 45 on old gen, 70 on new gen. However, though, if you're sat here and you're going, Alex, I can't run 70 depth, I can't right 6 switch, I'm not very good at tracking over the top through balls and just, playing in general, then maybe move it to about 50 to 45 on new gen as well. Long ball and direct passing. This is the first time that I have gone for this year and stuck with it, really. I haven't really liked it too much in previous kind of formations that I've ran, because you are basically playing fully on the counter. Your attackers are going to look to run in behind to look for you to basically say, play it over the top, play it into Xerxes' chest or Xerxes' head. Direct passing, though, we've obviously used. This is where it pushes the opponent's defense back, giving you a little bit more room to operate in between their midfield and defense, which obviously is also super beneficial when playing against drop back, because then we can directly run at the defense. All right. 60 attacking width. This is just going to give us a little bit wider for that right attacking mid and left attacking mid. And then we go 7 players in box, which is a lot. We want to beat 5 at the backs. We want to beat numbers behind the ball. Compacting it and giving ourselves options can really help. Now, I told you there is something unique that we do with this setup that makes it run very differently. And that is going to be in our player instructions. So the right attacking mid is on get into the box for cross and free roam. I've been testing out free roam a little bit more recently. Having this player on get into the box for cross and free roam, and then your right striker on drift wide and stay forward, is basically going to see Xerxes go and isolate up against their left centre back and left back more often. Ghoulie will move and transition more into the middle of the park, and then when you have the ball in your own midfield transitioning up into the opponent's half, Gully won't be far right. He'll actually be sat a little bit more centrally and even almost in centre mid at times. And this can make playing out the back so much better for you to then look to transition quick to then find your Xerxes or your big striker out on that right striker position as well. Now, for your left striker, this has got to be your quick striker, your Mbappes, your Eusebios, your Werners, whoever it is. Get in behind, stay forward. When you can, we need to get those through balls in behind. We need to play it into Werner. Our left attacking mid, which is Kandriva, is on stay forward and stay on the edge of the box across. This is to look for finesses, travellas, long-range shots. We want him there able to do that. He has power shot plus, so I will look for that power shot plus across goal, again, to beat that drop back defensive line. For your left centre mid, left DM and right DM, both of them are on cut passing lanes, cover centre. Why? What we want here is our work rates doing the work for us. So Ugart, high, gets up. He will be like Frank Lampard, lay into the box and be in there to find those options. Skip, on the other hand, is medium attacking work rate. So he's going to sit just that little bit deeper. So then if I can't find a pass into the box and the opponent has managed to get their numbers behind the ball, I can recycle back into Skip and then move the ball out with those tiki-taka first-time passes. The left back is on stay back while attacking in step up. Step up is aggressive. It basically gets your fullback touch tight all the time onto the opponent, which again makes it difficult for them to play out of. The stay back while attacking is there because we have our left attacking mid on stay forward. We don't need that extra overlapping run because he will be there available on the counter. Feel free, though, to transition and use Udogie, your left back, whoever it is, manually by triggering runs, carrying the ball with them and bringing them forward. The right back, though, is on balance. Why is this? Well, Gully, because he's on free roam, moves into the middle. We then want our right back to occupy the space that Gully probably would be occupying. And then Karsdorp and Xerxes can link up together super well with just those X passes and then going down the byline and using Xerxes' strength against the fullbacks. I lose the left attacking mid on stay forward because if I want to look for a cross, I'll go for the L1 square, then to Xerxes. I'm not a massive fan myself of whipped cross into big men. I prefer L1 squares and whip cross changes them, which is why you might be seeing that. Again, we go step up and then we go overlap. No instructions on our centre backs or our goalkeepers. So this, when played correctly, is going to help you beat those drop back and just players that have those numbers behind the ball when you transition quick on the counter. I really can't emphasize that enough, that you have to look to play those over the top through balls, get the ball into that right attacking mid, trigger those runs, get in behind with Xerxes, get in behind with Werner, and stop the opponent from even getting 7 or 8 players back. So when you win that ball in defense, you have to transition quick into the midfield and then into the attack to give yourself the ability to penetrate their defensive line. If you do want any more of our custom tactics, click this video right here, and that will take you over to another setup.